shipping changes.
Hey, welcome in everybody to the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel, August 19th, 2019, and this is gonna be a really beginner noob video, but those of you on eBay who are thinking about or possibly changing your shipping and handling time to 1 day or same day, it's amazing to me how many of you, and even some experienced sellers who have some months or even close to a year under their belt, don't know what the cutoff times are for scans on particular handling times. And so let me give you the example of what I mean and give this to you clean and clear so that you don't ruin your account. You guys know that I do store reviews for everyone, that I've been doing store reviews. I've done hundreds of them already in August. They are still available, they're linked below. And when I go through these stores, I see a ton of people, and one of the questions I always ask is, what is your handling time set to? Because it's important. Handling time on eBay at 1 day is super important. Same day, not necessarily, I guess it can help, but definitely if you have 3 or 4 or 5 day handling versus somebody with 1 day handling, they're gonna get better search and better results and better sales than you, and have the opportunity to get top rated seller plus. So that's one of the big benefits. But a lot of people who offer 1 day don't even realize that they're doing it, or realize that they're late every single time they ship a package, because they have a false sense of what the cutoff time is. So here it is. Get your pens and paper, your notepad ready on your phone, and this is the cutoff time. It is based on eBay's servers on the West Coast in California. That's 12 a.m. Pacific, 3 a.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. in the Central Time, 1 a.m. in Mountain Time. So today is Monday. Pretend like whenever you watch this video, it's Monday afternoon, 5 p.m. If somebody buys an item, this is it for those of you with 1 day handling only, 1 day handling. If somebody buys an item at 5 p.m. today, Monday, that item must go out tomorrow, Tuesday, and be scanned before the end of business on Tuesday. I believe they give you until the midnight cutoff. So if you have like one of those late airports, you can drive there. I've had to do that before, where I missed the 5 o'clock post office and I had to drive to the airport that was open till like 8 p.m. So you must get the scan on Tuesday for a package or an item that's sold and was paid for on Monday. It goes off of when it was paid. So if they make a best offer on Monday and you accept it and they don't pay until Wednesday, the time starts then. It doesn't start on Monday when you accepted the offer. So if an item is paid for by midnight Pacific, 3 a.m. So let's rewind. It's Monday, it's 5 p.m. Someone buys it, they pay for it. It's gotta go out Tuesday. You bought it on Monday, your 1 day is Tuesday. If they buy that item at 11 p.m. Eastern time, 11 p.m. Eastern time, it has to go Tuesday. If they buy it at 2:59 a.m. and pay for it, it's now technically we're into Tuesday, but we're still Monday night into Tuesday. According to their servers, it's 11:59 p.m. out in the West. It is still Monday. That item at 11:59 p.m. West Coast, 2:59 a.m. East Coast must go out Tuesday. So when you wake up, so a lot of people have a problem with that because they wake up and they have to go right to work and they can't get it out. That is the time. If somebody pays for it at 3 a.m., that 3 a.m., as soon as it changes to 3 a.m. and 1 second is the changeover, it is now considered paid for on Tuesday, because the midnight servers are now Tuesday out in California, and you could now ship that package on Wednesday. So a 2:59 a.m. package has to go out on Tuesday or it's late, and then a package bought 2 minutes later could go out on Wednesday because it would no longer be considered late because it was purchased on Tuesday, technically. Now, the only exception to that rule is, of course, holidays when they're closed or the weekends. So if somebody buys an item from you Thursday at 2:59 a.m. into Friday Eastern, it will have to go Friday. If they bought it at 3:01 a.m. Friday morning, East Coast time, that is considered purchased and paid for on Friday. It goes the next business day, which would be not Saturday, not Sunday, Monday, because Saturday and Sunday don't count. So anything bought on Friday, all the way from Friday 3 a.m. all the way through Saturday, all the way through Sunday, until that cutoff again, 2:59 a.m. Monday morning, has to go Monday. As soon as it turns 3 a.m., that's now considered a Monday purchase, and it can go Tuesday. That's 1 day handling. If you have 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, then you just add the number of days that you have to the days that you will be shipping. So in the fact of 2 days, it's Monday night, everything has to go Tuesday. If you have 2-day handling, everything would have to go Wednesday, and so on and so forth. If you have same-day handling, that works a little differently. I don't recommend that. You certainly can if you're experienced, you know what you're doing, but same-day handling allows you to actually customize your cutoff time. So let's say that you wake up at 8 a.m. every day, you get up, you pack shipments, you pack packages, you start working on your edits and your drafts and your stuff, and you go to the post office around like 3 p.m. So you're gonna cut off, you know, just before you go to the post office, you pack up any other packages that were sold and paid for all day. You could set a cutoff time of like 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. So anybody who pays for something by 1 p.m. at that time of your cutoff, then that would have to go out that day because you offer same day handling. A little bit different, but you guys get the general idea of that. I wanna make sure everyone who's doing 1 day understands what 1 day is, when the cutoff is, because it was shocking to me. I had quite a few people, one, message me or email me telling me what they thought 1 day was, and it was totally wrong. Or two, they had a bunch of late shipments, and by a bunch, I mean a lot, and they didn't understand why, and I kept asking them, what is your shipping schedule? What is your shipping schedule? Well, I go to bed, I get up, I go to work, and when I get home, I pack all that stuff up and I print the label because it's 1 day, and then I go to bed and take it in the morning the next day, and I'm like, no, it's not just printing the label, it's getting a scan at the post office, which is why we stress that it's so important to take them in and stand in line and get a receipt, or make sure that you have a post office that scans them in front of you, or if you have a pickup from a driver that comes to your door. Otherwise, you could dump it into the bins at the post office, and they just sit there, and then the whole point of you getting there on time before they close to get the scan doesn't matter because they allow the packages to sit. They sit overnight, they don't get scanned till the next morning, and boom, you're dinged again. I had a ton of people open for me on their computers, their seller dashboard, their defect late shipment rating, and it turned out that they had a whole bunch of late shipments, and most of the time they weren't even aware of it. The only reason I figured it out is because they had free returns and no top rated seller plus, and I said, hey, do you have a bunch of defects or do you have 1 day handling? And they said, oh yeah, we do 1 day handling, we don't have any defects, we're never late. And so I was like, well, you would have top rated plus and you don't, and so it has to be defects. They opened it up, bang, sure enough. Okay, so that's my little beginner noob video for the day. Apologize for all of you that are experienced. Please know the cutoffs for 1 day handling are 3 a.m. Eastern, 12 a.m. Pacific time. Get your packages out on time. That's only for eBay. Everybody else is a little different, but that is eBay's cutoff times. Okay, guys, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button. I'll see you next time.